Hi there, fine people of Patreon. This is Mihai from Romania, and I've decided to do a small series of clips. The first I intended to do about the books I have to read is the one that will come after this. So, this is just to answer a question that Glitch Bottle has posted on my latest small article about the names of the moon. So, many thanks, Alexander F, for your support of my Patreon. And he asks, in regards to the Arabic manuscripts dealing with the names of the moon, the Asma al-Qamar, what are my sources? What manuscripts I am using? And this is where I cannot explain things in writing, and I have to do a video about it because it's not that simple. So if we would talk about the manuscript, um, this is one manuscript I'm using for the names of the moon. There are several. This is one I've printed out, and I'm using it for my own study. Now, when we are talking about Western world manuscripts, the things are pretty easy. You just um, you just call out the library shelf mark from the literature that you used to obtain it, and you just say this is library British Library Manuscript 1234.5, and it's okay because it's very researchable and traceable. In the Arabic magic world, the things are not as simple because in the most of the Arabic countries, magic is prohibited and it's illegal. So many of the manuscripts we have are not to say that they're not hundreds and hundreds of years old and they're very modern, but they're also copied from older copies and copied and copied and copied. And not only do we have to deal with very, very recent copies made in the 20th century, but even the modern copies are copied and photographed, and the photographs are photocopied. So, um, let's say we have two main um, two main sources of manuscripts that are scanned and that are put online by um, libraries from Arabic countries. So we have something like the National Library of Saudi Arabia, King Saud Library, or the National Library of Turkey, or I have no idea. So we have scanned manuscripts in Arabic country libraries, or we have scanned manuscripts in Western libraries, such as Bibliothèque Nationale Française and the Wellcome Collection, and so on and so forth. The problem with researching these libraries is one, I don't speak Arabic and I don't have an Arabic keyboard, so I um, um, have to go about it uh, in a very complicated manner where I write things on my keyboard letter by letter and then research that word against the databases. Or I can use the Western transliteration system. And the way that people transliterate Arabic varies from country to country and from century to century. And you have the same word transliterated in a number of different ways. So, uh, if you're looking for the Shams al Marif or the Asma al Kamar, you are gonna find them very hard because if you're writing things the way you think they should be spelled, that certain library is gonna spell it in a different way. So you're gonna have to look through all of the Arabic manuscripts, through all of them, and decide, oh, this is a text about law and this is a text about magic, and that's very hard. But this is the very, very fortunate case because um, one manuscript might not be from a public library. They might be in private hands. So a certain individual who has a magical manuscript might scan it and then maybe put it online or give it to a trusted friend. And then that trusted friend maybe will make make such a copy for himself and print it, and then the friend might have a friend who is not that tech savvy, and the friend will not necessarily scan the manuscript or ask for the PDF. He will photograph this friend's binder, and everything will be present, like these metal thingies and the spire and so on and so forth, and the writing will be deformed by the way that he photographed the manuscript, and he will have his copy, which will be the third copy. Now, the fourth copy might be that someone will have these photographs with the metal thingy and the distortion, and they will print it and have one other copy. Now, the fifth and sixth copy will be Xeroxed versions of these manuscripts, which were scanned, then printed, then photographed, then scanned, then Xeroxed, and so on and so forth. And the final version that you might get is very, very low quality, very distorted, very, very bad, very bad. So not only you don't know where the manuscript came from, not only you don't know where who the collector that made it available was, you might not know even the right title of the work. So the great title might be Book on Magic, or Book of Incantations, or Forbidden Book, and so on and so on and so on. So you cannot actually research it. This one, I have no idea where it came from. I have three versions of the Asma al-Kamar, one from a printed source, a very bad one from Al-Tuhi, and from Egypt, and one from, I think, Morocco or Algeria, who was given to me by a certain scholar in the magical field, and this one, which is available from archive.org. Now, this is not titled in Arabic the names of the moon. It's titled A Gentle Conjuration. So, if you're looking for a gentle conjuration, you will find this one. Not this one, because this is mine, but you will not find the conjurations of the names of the moon. You'll find a gentle conjuration. So mistitling is another thing. Also, in this cycle of copying and photocopying and photographing the photocopies and Xeroxing the photocopies of the scanned manuscript, you will just deal with the graphical quality of the manuscript. The other thing is the clarity in itself of the scan or of the photocopies taken from the original manuscript. This is a whole other issue. So if someone photographs their manuscript and does it badly, all the subsequent copies become equally bad and worse and worse and worse. And if they're clear and you're not a native Arabic speaker, you would have no idea of the different ways that a manuscript might be written. For example, this would be a Western North African Arabic script, because the this letter right here, the Quf, usually is written with two dots like this, and here it's with two dots like this, and maybe the Fa has one dot above like all the rest, or it has the dot underneath, and it's extremely complicated to tell which letter you're dealing with if you're not a native speaker or a very, very experienced speaker and you have an idea of what that is. Um, the second thing, I don't know Arabic. I'm learning Arabic. I know how to read Arabic barely, because why do I say barely? If you know the alphabet of the Arabic language, it will not guarantee you that you can read actually the ligatures. So the ligatures are letters that are connected together. Yeah. So if one letter comes after the other very frequently in the Arabic language, the scribes, when they write it in with their hand, might want to make a shorter version of these two letters. So uh, they will not make the shape of the letters. They would just combine the shape of the letters and make one quicker symbol. So you have to learn all these groups of different letters that are connected to each other. So not only are there separate ligatures for two letters, but maybe three letters. And maybe if one ligature comes after another, you will have five letters written with two signs, and you just have to know them and to know exactly if they're from Iraq, or they're from Syria, or they're from Saudi Arabia, or they're from Morocco, because they have, of course, they have separate ligatures. And this one, I have no idea what it means, because you have to deduce it from the context. And sometimes they have vowels, sometimes they don't have vowels, and then sometimes they have ligatures, and short forms, and so on and so on and so on. And sometimes the dots are like this, and sometimes the dots are like this, and sometimes the dots are not visible, um, and so on. Now the third problem is, if you use Google Translate or ChatGPT, which is the first solution that everybody thinks of, just use ChatGPT. Yes, ChatGPT is very useful when you have a text written out in Word or in PDF, and it's cleanly written without any short forms, or without any dialect forms, or without any ligatures, and he will help you translate it quite well. Now, if you have this text, this changes everything, because if it's correct, the whole page is correct, and this word will be misread, the whole manuscript after this will be informed by this misreading, because if it says kill a mouse, and he will read as I don't know, Sultan Bayezid, the whole text will change everything as being about the Sultan Bayezid. It will not be a magic. So it will inform itself on a previous, on all subsequent content based on a previous mistake. So I have to learn Arabic, and I have to decide whether the reading was correct, and then come and make the correction, and then set the text right. And this, of course, is just the first page, because on the second page, if it makes a mistake right here, and if it says blood of a giraffe, it will read the blood of a Mercedes. It will make the subsequent mistake all over again, and then it will inform everything. And from one point, it will just translate crap, and it will make up crap, and it will admit that it's crap, because I asked ChatGPT, "Are you making things up?" And it said, "Yes, I am making things up, because the text is unclear, and I'm just filling in the blanks." So it's filling in the blanks with crap. So this manuscript does not look like this when did not look like this when I got it. The first version was a cropped up version, which was also censored. There were words that were censored in the text. So that's useless, because if you have a censored text, you can't really make heads or tails on it. And then I found the correct version of this one, and it seems that is a photograph. Actually, it's a PDF. It's a PDF made of photographs that someone took of this manuscript. Maybe 18th century, 19th century. Early. I think it's early 20th century. So I have to separate the photographs from the manuscript, and then split it down the middle to make separate pages, and then make the corners 90 degrees, and then adjust the contrast and luminosity, and then only after that save it in a very high quality version, and then make some prints for myself. So this is a very, very lucky version of what we would have otherwise. So somebody photographed their notebook, their manuscript, and then somebody who knows Photoshop took care of it and made a PDF out of it. But things don't go like this usually. So somebody has a manuscript, they Xerox it, then somebody photographs the Xerox, and then somebody else scans the photographs of the Xerox, and then the photographs are again Xeroxed by someone who can afford the and so on and so forth. So you'll have very, very crappy versions, and this is a very happy version, but this is not completely happy, because the censored version contains 5 more pages of magical secrets that the photographed one does not. So, oh crap, again. So Alexander F., what manuscripts am I using for the translation of the conjuration of the name of the moon? The 2. I have 2 manuscripts. One is this one, which is available on archive.org, and one was given to me by a private scholar, and I cannot share it, but it's even worse than this, because it's very pixelated and it's very hard to read, because it's an old Maghrebin script. So we will continue with this manuscript, but this manuscript has a lot of problems, and right now I can't really say I'm gonna translate it and publish it, because I don't know Arabic. It's just a certain area of study that I want to take care of it. Also, just finding someone who can read Arabic and translate it, or even transliterate the Arabic text from this version, is hard as fuck. Why? Well, the people that can read this script are not that many, because they might read about until here, and then they say, oh, this is a very old ligature, I have no idea what it means, and they just drop it. And most of the Arabic people I know in my day-to-day life are going to read the Asma al-Kamar, this is the names of the month. That's witchcraft. It's haram, it's witchcraft. I don't want to have any part of it. Okay, so superstitious people, which are kind of 80%, will say, this is haram, I don't want to deal with it. And the other 20% of the Arabic-speaking people around me will say, the Asma al-Kamar, this is this is witchcraft. Yeah, do you believe that crap? Come on, get out of here. Get out with the witchcraft. So they will be skeptics who don't believe in the content of the text and will be unwilling to help me translate it, because they are not in agreement about the objective reality of the things described in the manuscript. So why help me transcribe 15 pages of utter bullshit because they have better things to do, and the other 80% don't want to help me because they will transcribe 15 pages, which will lead their soul into damnation. So that's pretty difficult. So the other, if maybe there's a remaining 1% of people who actually know Arabic, who might help me transliterate or transcribe this text, they won't do it because they have many other things to do. So this will not be important for them. So I'm not even going to ask them. There are two, maybe three people who might do it, but I'm not going to ask them because they already have a lot of things to do. So uh, this is my pet project, and I will deal with it little by little. But I'm not gonna make an academic translation of it because there's no academic source to 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 start with, because the source is not a manuscript with a shelf number, is just a PDF found online of somebody who took a photograph or a series of photographs of their magical manuscript. And this is the case for many magical Arabic books. Hi, Alexander. Thank you for the question, and have a nice day, people. Thank you.